Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to analyze a movie plot and a structure for review. So, firstly, we've all watched those movies that have left a lasting impact on us, whether this was because of their plot twists, their character transformations, or how everything kind of came together in the end. But what makes these movie plots really work? So, today I'm going to be showing you how to break down a movie plot and the structure of a movie to help you understand what makes a story truly effective and how to write a thoughtful review on that movie. So, as someone who watches a lot of movies and kind of likes to analyze them a lot, I've learned that it's pretty obvious, but you gotta look beyond the surface. So, by understanding the structure, the character developments, pacing, and the resolution of the film, you can appreciate how the plot works as a whole. So in this speech, I'm going to be guiding you through the four key points to consider when analyzing a movie plot: the plot structure, character development, develop, oh, sorry, character development, pacing, and resolution. And by the end, you'll be able to break down a film and write a review that goes deeper than just summarizing what happens. And so the first step is understanding the plot structure. So most movies follow a basic three-act structure: setup, confrontation, and resolution. And this structure ensures that the story develops in a way that's engaging and cohesive to the audience. And for example, I'll be using Simba from The Lion King. And Act 1, it introduces Simba and his carefree life. Act 2 shows his exile and his growth after all those events. And Act 3 brings him back to reclaim his kingdom by defeating Scar. So understanding this structure shows how the plot is built to maintain tension and emotion throughout the film. And secondly, character development is another important element to analyze. A character arc shows how a character changes over the course of the story. And this evolution is crucial to the plot, as it shows how the events impact the character. So, for this example, we're using Walter White. So, at the start of Breaking Bad, he starts off as this mild-mannered chemistry teacher. He kind of lets people walk all over him. He's a little he's a little meek, to say the least. Um, but at the start, he gets diagnosed with cancer, and this kind of causes him to get desperate and think about what he's providing for his family. He realizes that he doesn't have a lot to provide for his family. They're going to be broke and they're going to be struggling after his death. So, in the wake of that desperation, he joins the drug trade and starts cooking with his expertise in chemistry. Um, and he quickly becomes well, I don't want to spoil it too much. So, after a while, his character transforms as he becomes more involved. His desire for power and control grows, and he becomes more of this ruthless figure that's kind of a threat to his family and his friends. His arc is complex and compelling because we see how his decisions influenced by his circumstances caused him to change in ways that resonate with all of us, that we can all kind of relate to in a way. Like not fully, but like we kind of have an understanding of why he did things, I guess.
Did I have to hear one more time that you did this for the family?
I did it for me. I liked it.
Next, let's talk about pacing. So, pacing refers to how quickly or slowly the plot moves, and it's important to think about whether the movie keeps you interested or if it feels like it's sort of dragging on, because pacing affects how the audience feels and how invested they're going to be. So, for example, in Mad Max Fury Road, the pacing is fast and constant, which helps keep the tensions high and the plot moving quickly. And in contrast, The Shawshank Redemption uses slower pacing to build emotional depth over time, which makes the ending feel all the more impactful. The pace can be changed for different scenes and slowed down for some, sped up for others. Like like in Whiplash, the ending is it's like the pacing is high up there. It's kind of emphasize that feeling. Everything's moving at such a quick pace. The camera's cutting back and forth, and like you're just trying to keep up. And I think that scene really captures that feeling really well. And finally, let's consider resolution. So this is when the conflict of the story is resolved. And a good resolution is when all the plot's loose ends are tied up and the audience is given a feeling of closure by the end of the movie. So in The Shawshank Redemption, the climax occurs when Andy escapes from prison. The resolution shows how his escape impacts the other characters, and we see the emotional payoff of his journey. And this satisfying conclusion wraps up the plot and gives the audience their closure.
He was in his cell at lights out. Stands to reason he'd still be here in the morning. I want him found. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast, now.
Yes, sir.
So to recap, when you analyze a movie plot, you should focus on 4 key elements: the structure, character development, pacing, and resolution. And these parts of the plot all work together to create a cohesive and engaging story for the audience. So by breaking these down, you can understand why a movie works and why the plot resonates with its audience. So now that you're able to break down a movie plot and its structure, you'll be able to analyze films more deeply and write reviews that go beyond simply describing what happens. And so this will do for the end of my video, and thank you for listening. Have a good one.